Hello. Imagine we're wearing cloaks. Hi, everyone. And welcome back to the only Traitors podcast that exists. We came up with it. This is an original idea. Hello, Jasmine. How are you this traitorous evening?
Oh, gosh. Not that. I'm tired, to be honest. I'm always tired, though.
I don't know. What is it about 8:58 p.m. on a Tuesday that just makes you feel like you're going to die? Oh, my God. Honestly, I've been drinking coffee and I feel like I get too tired out. Like it has me really high and then I just crash at like 5. So I'm going to have to stop.
I don't think I get anything from coffee. I only use it for like metabolism purposes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like about the jitters.
Do you drink energy drinks?
No. I mean,
smart.
Recently though, I have tried Red Bull, I think for the first time last year, like near the end of last year. And I was like, ooh, this is not that bad. So I bought a bunch when I was like doing a little diet with my mom. And I was like, ooh, this is like something that I could use instead of like the coffee I make, which is usually just like a bunch of like sugar and coffee. So I was like, let me get the sugar-free Red Bull. So I got that. And so like yesterday or a couple of days ago, I saw that I still had one left and I already had coffee. Then I drank that. And like, I want to say like 2 hours after, I was sitting at my desk and my heart was like jumping around. And I was like, what just happened? Am I dying?
Oh, no.
And I looked at the Red Bull and I was like, oh, okay. That's why. It only happened a couple of times. But I was like, ooh, I don't like that. We don't do that.
Maybe half it.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Traitors podcast. We are back again, right on time with episode 8 of the Traitors. So should we recap what happened last time? So last time, was that the showdown between Candiance and Rob, or was that this time?
The Candiance and Rob was this time? I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Because what happened last time?
Well, I guess like it ended kind of with them kind of talking. I don't know if they really talked, but they like, I remember they revealed their faces to like show that she was pissed.
Oh, okay. And yeah.
He was like,
Now I'm remembering. So last time Lisa got voted out. And so this was like a big thing because we know that Lisa, her cover was kind of blown because Jam Jam said, Lisa kissed me. And that was it for her. Like it was done. However, Candiance still, and Colton. And Candiance, though, I guess still felt like there was like a chance to save her. And so when she eventually is voted out, a lot due to Rob speaking up at the like round table. I feel like we have to admit he had a big impact on that. Candiance is pissed. So yeah, we opened this episode with Candiance and
also say that Candiance, instead of voting for Lisa like everyone else did, she voted for Rob, which kind of, is that good? Is that bad? In the moment, I would say when I first saw that, I was like, girl, what are we doing? What are we doing? We'll see what, in this episode, you kind of see, well, you basically see it was what it was.
Yeah. I will say, I don't know what I said on the actual podcast last time, but I do remember saying that I thought it was clever and I went back and forth. Now that we've seen this episode, I would like to recant my statement. Sorry, Candiance girl. The way I was thinking, though, I still get behind it. I think the problem is that, and we'll talk about more in this episode, both me and Candiance, we locked in, girl, did not realize the level of influence Rob had. And I think in a world where people
Colton,
literally...
I feel like we keep saying Rob, but I feel like it's mainly Colton that was putting things in people's minds. And it's always
Colton's name. That's true. It was kind of ghost of Colton's past. But I'm more just in terms of like literally people thinking that it's like literally spiritually, physically, emotionally, and conceptually impossible for Rob to be a traitor. I didn't know he
Yeah.
had it like that. I'm sorry, Robert. I wasn't familiar with your game. All right. In a world where maybe he wasn't as, whatever, maybe a vote like that would have did something, but people are so under the impression this man could never be a faithful in any dimension. I feel like that was, that's where we miscalculated.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to recap, or how do you want to do it? Just switch on and off?
We can switch on and off.
Okay.
You want to
So we did
go
mention.
first?
Oh, do you want to go first?
No, you can go first. I wasn't sure.
Okay. Okay, sorry. um, um,
Oh no. She freeze. Oh yeah, she did. Oh no. Okay. Sorry. Technical difficulties. I don't know if her internet went out again. 1 second. Let me see if I can message. All right. So yeah, her internet I think went out. Let's see. She's gonna reset it. All right. So anyway, I guess in the meantime, I guess we could talk about other things. I don't want to like go on without her. Um, it's a daily dose pod with just jazz. That'll be tomorrow. I mean, not just me, but that'll be tomorrow. Any topics? Anything? How are you guys, Talvez? How are you guys doing on this lovely, lovely Tuesday? If only it was Friday, to be honest. I actually did a what's it called this past weekend? What's it called? It was junk journaling. Did I come with any junk? I did not. I came in thinking it was scrapbooking, which is not the same thing, but it was definitely fun. Oh, it's cold. It's not too cold here today, actually, because I think compared to last week, this is much better. Last week, I would go outside and my water bottles that I leave outside would be frozen like solid. This week, not too bad. But yeah, the cold is tiring. The fatigue is high, but it seems like the sun is staying up longer than usual. Like I think today the sunset was really pretty. Also didn't go down until like 6, I think, which was a game changer to me because it's been going down at like 4, 5-ish, and it's not fun and depressing. Sad is real. Seasonal depression is real. Hold on. I think she messaged. Okay, so she's coming back. 1 second. Yeah, journaling, I'm terrible at it. I have a bunch of journals. I have too many journals, one would say. Have I used any of them? No, because I'm a perfectionist when it comes to stuff like that, where it's like, if I don't know what I'm going to do, why bother starting? But I do want to journal so badly. Um, like I can kind of show. Let me see if I have my little a little journal I try to start with my friends. It's kind of like just like a little scrapbook, but I drew the little character, but that's all I really did. I spent 3 hours doing just that because I was looking for the perfect pictures to use. So, yeah, journaling is so nice to watch other people do, but it's stressful for me, but also not stressful, but at the same time stressful, if that makes sense. Hold on, I think she messaged again. She needs to fix her internet. I don't know. I think the last couple of weeks she's been having issues. But any movies, anything people have been doing? I recently just saw what's it called? I keep wanting to say No Place to Die, but that's not even what it's called. It's like the Dylan O'Brien, if anybody knows him, and then Rachel McAdams. I think it's Send Help. It's like a horror comedy, and it's pretty good, pretty interesting. They're like stranded on an island, and Dylan O'Brien plays a really annoying douchebag, but he does it so well. I'm hoping this is his big break because I feel like it's gotten like good reviews and good, like people are very into this new movie compared to his other stuff that I feel like he's done. Also, I think his other movie that he did is getting a lot of attention too, called Twinless, which I haven't watched, but I'm here. It's good. Now you're blaming Susan. Susan's not here anymore. But yeah, Dylan and Rachel, like I love watching them do interviews. It's so cute. Like they have like you could tell they had fun on set. And I like seeing that type of like stuff, which is different than what I'm hearing about like what's his name? Jacob Elordi and what's her name? Oh my gosh. From Barbie, which I should know her name. But anyway, I keep hearing people are like it's giving a little bit of Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, but not so much where it's like mutual. It just seems like it's people are like, that's a little interesting. You guys are interesting together. Hi, Leanne. I'm currently waiting for her to fix her internet. Oh, she's back in the studio. Let's not add her. Let's remove her.
I'm traumatized, y'all. Me and Jazz's best friend Susan are gonna have a talk.
Susan's like, it's because you keep saying my name. So now, now I'll give you a reason.
What? I hadn't even said it once up into the sneaky. I guess me and Susan are like Rob and Candice. We just can't work things out, unfortunately, because of her, not me. Anyway, also, hey everyone, welcome to the stream. All right, we're just gonna pretend. We're gonna pretend none of
we
that
barely
happened.
got anywhere. You were like, and then you just
Susan was like, give me that. Wait, should we redo the intro? I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like the intro was fine.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to see if anyone wanted to hear the music. I did pick it out, if anyone cared. Anyway, so Jasmine's boy Rob had just voted out Lisa single-handedly, and Candice and him finally meet after
the lie. That was Colton, and you know it was. And Colton, in fact, it really looked like Rob was just his dog that he was sicking on the people or sicking on Lisa.
That's true. But I will say, I don't know, like he's had such like a presence in that last round table. It really did seem like it almost seemed like Colton was like, it's not even that serious. And then Rob was like, no, stand up for what you believe
Well,
in. And so he attacked
well, Colton went
Lisa.
in there and said, I'm not going to, like, I don't want to push or speak too much this time. So I think he literally was like, Rob, you speak for me. That's how I saw it, because he was sitting there like, mm-hmm. Basically just like shaking, nodding his head like, I'm not saying anything, but he's on to something. Like that's what his face was saying the whole time.
Maybe he's cooking. He's cooking. Actually, that's kind of funny because I don't know if it was in the show where oh yeah, Candice, she literally was like, yeah, wasn't it weird that like literally Rob said what Colton said last time verbatim or whatever. But yeah, so we finally get the
Weird when they're
showdown.
friends.
Yeah, I feel like we'll get into how like Candice essentially just didn't think this through. But so
Yeah.
we get Candice and Rob kind of going head to head. And so they kind of confront it. Obviously, Candice is pissed. She feels like she can't trust Rob now. And I feel like it's very much she's giving like, okay, you made your bed, now lay in it. But the problem is because of this, Rob withholds some information that would be super important before they had made the decision on who they were going to either banish or kill. So just to kind of backtrack, they were given the choice to either recruit somebody or kill somebody. And so I guess to kind of seemingly like weather the kind of back and forth that was going between Candice and Rob. Rob is basically like, Candice, it's up to you. And she kind of cycles through and he's like, please don't kill Colton. That's my bestie. We're locked in, hugged up, kissed up, booed up. But I think, and I feel like we need to get into whether we thought this was strategy or he was just being sincere. But yeah, Rob holds the information that Colton, was saying Candice's name and Stevens, but Candice's too. So yeah, Rob allows Candice to choose how to kill, and then next morning during breakfast, we do find out that it was Colton. So I do want to back up. What do you think's going on here? Do you think Rob, master manipulator, tricked Candice into killing Colton? Do you think there in some ways that actually was a good idea? Thoughts?
I don't think I feel like people are putting a lot of like brains into Rob. Like I don't think he's dumb. Like
She said no brains.
I actually think he's very smart. I think he does have like manipulating things that he's doing, but I don't think he manipulated her into like voting Colton or anything. I think she was going to vote Colton because Colton was the leader of like getting Lisa out. So I think it was going to happen no matter what if she was the one that was going to pick. So yeah, I don't think Rob's really manipulating her in that aspect, but I do think he's trying to manipulate her by like not saying that he knew that Colton was vying for her next.
Mm-hmm. So do you think it was overall a good move that Candice voted Colton? Like, aside from the fact that we know that she didn't know this information, do you think objectively that was a good move?
Yeah, because because he was going to go after her next.
Mm-hmm.
I think getting him out, it just like helps her stay a little longer. But I feel like there's other reasons of why it might work against her. Like not even that being working against her, like her other actions will work against her.
Mm-hmm. In terms
Like,
of like how the faithfuls perceive her or how Rob
yeah,
perceives her. Okay. Yeah.
and Rob.
I feel like, I don't know. I do want to I think given the fact that Rob knew that Colton said her name, I do think it was strategic for Rob. Like, I just feel like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it ended up being such a good move. And maybe you do have to be oscillating on like another level to understand why her getting rid of Colton. Like, I think at face value, it's like, Colton's my bestie. If you get rid of him, that takes away some of my power. But it's also like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's so vague, but I feel like he knew what he was doing. And if he did, kudos to him, because that was very smart. Like, that's like, I will give him kudos if he was thinking on that level. But yeah, I feel like he's always kind of vague about sometimes what his like motivations are. So I
Yeah.
like don't know.
I also
All
just thought
right.
like he wanted to get her back on his side by being like, okay, I've like, sure, I did help get Lisa out, but
Hmm.
now I'm gonna let you pick whoever you want, so like we can be on good
Hmm.
terms. But
So
I
you
feel
thought that
like
was
it just didn't work out.
genuine?
Yeah, I think he like just genuinely didn't want to be on bad terms, but you know, Candice is like, I don't like you anymore, so I don't think it was gonna work for her. Like it
Hmm.
wasn't gonna bring her around, just like letting her vote once by herself.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So breakfast.
Oh yeah. So everyone wakes up, goes to the breakfast, and of course Dorinda's there. Just saying. We all expected Dorinda to die, but
Oh yeah, that's your season beef.
but instead, Gold was murdered. Murdered. I don't even know how you keep saying murder.
Murder.
I tried to write it out. But anyway, so Colton's been murdered. But while this is like everyone's like walking in, people like everyone's talking a little bit. So Maura kind of like says that she's basically skeptical of Candace and how she voted for Rob because she thinks it's like kind of like a throwaway vote because everyone was voting for Lisa last round
Mhm.
table. So it was kind of weird for her to just be like, I'm just gonna vote Rob when nobody was even thinking about Rob, to be honest. It was weird. Like another person who voted like did a throwaway vote was another housewife, which was Dorinda, but she voted for what's it called? She voted for Natalie. She voted for someone who was kind of like who did she voted for someone
Wasn't
where I
it
forgot.
Mara because they beefed
Yeah.
like for 2 seconds?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like, I feel like her reasoning made sense while it just kind of like when people look at what Candace did, they were like, okay, that was a throwaway, but like, why'd you do that? That doesn't make any sense.
Hmm.
So that's what's happening with them. But then Candace at the same time is like trying to like figure out how to like turn the tables on Rob. And as like we find out that Colton has passed, for some reason, the cameras like harp on the fact that Rob drops his fork. And so everyone's like, and then they're like, Rob, you're so clumsy. And he's like, yeah. So then,
He's out
obviously
here
this comes
dropping
back
forks.
into play later because why not? So then as like after breakfast, what's it called? Johnny and Tara, they kind of go off onto the side because I don't know if anyone knows that these two are former figure skaters. So they're very close. They're also the commentators for like the Olympics all the time. So for
Mm.
right now, while the Olympics are happening, I think they're the commentators for every time the figure skaters go out. So they kind of have an alliance already. So they just have a side conversation to figure out who they think is the next traitor. So Tara throws out that she thinks it's Steven from One Tree Hill. So I know that some people don't remember because I keep forgetting. Um, so she throws out Steven, and she's not the only person who like also thinks this his name comes up a lot. Um,
Mhm.
Another conversation that happens is the dagger team. So last episode there were the people that like made the pact of like knowing that Rob has the dagger, which grants him 2 extra votes when he votes, if he chooses to. And so they kind of like talk about who they think it is. And Eric kind of reiterates what Mauro was saying and thinks it's Candace. And it feels like the majority of the team also agrees with this. Rob also then also like throws out the fact
Rob hates
that
those.
Colton's next target was Candace,
Oh.
further digging the fact. He's like, I don't trust Candace. I feel like you can tell he's just like he's being two-faced. Uh,
Yeah.
so his, he throws that out, and then as this is happening, Candace um is speaking to Johnny and Tara and kind of like drops Rob's name and tries to get them to vote for him as well. So that's basically what happens with the breakfast, and then the next part is basically their mission. So a lot of stuff, a lot of conversations, a lot of people trying to figure out
Mm-hmm.
who the next person is after breakfast. And it seems like a lot of people are going for Candice at this point.
Did okay, to you, did this seem out of nowhere that they were all just like suddenly like it's Candace?
Kind of. But like at the same time, it seems like Colton said Candace to multiple people already. Like last episode,
Okay.
he had like it was already something he had been like, yeah, I think it's Candace. I think it's this. Um, well, I also think Candace was like trying to get Rob's name out near the end of that
Yeah.
last episode as well.
Yeah. I just like it does. So okay, so do you feel that literally people are saying Candace, okay, besides the, and I love Mara's accent too, the throwaway vote, like do you think that literally the seed that was sown was literally just because Colton said so? Because I need some of these brain cells to start,
I
like,
think it's her
obviously
voting for
they're,
Rob. I
but
really do think
so you think she was okay, so this was a question that I wanted to ask. Do you think that was like where she was doomed? As soon as she voted for Rob, there was no coming, like you think nobody believed that it was a throwaway vote? Like nobody bought that.
I think if she didn't pine for Rob immediately after, I think it wouldn't be as weird.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the fact that she did a throwaway vote and then was like also pining after him. She's like,
Mm.
it's a throwaway vote, but also I think it's Rob now. And it's like, what changed? What what possibly changed? So now it's not a throwaway vote.
But okay, okay, that's fair. Cause I know Mara. It's like I feel like for Mara, her antennas were raised as soon as she did the throwaway vote. Like I feel like it was like, how dare you even think that Rob is a traitor? I will beat you
No, yeah,
down.
they
Like,
thing. It's that
but
Love
I
Island
thought
alliance.
since the way okay, I saw something. She was literally on like Love Island, Scotland or whatever, and he was like, "Girl, you didn't even know him before this." Actually, I think she hosted After Sun. But yeah, I don't know. Like it just kind of seems random and maybe it's the edit. But I don't know. For me, while maybe the throwaway vote like did not give what it was supposed to give in Candace's way, which was to start people to be suspected of him, I also didn't think it gave like obvious traitor. I think it just gave, and like I think I have a little bit more context because I actually ended up watching some of season 3 last season, and people did throwaway votes when like they were like trying to, like they literally didn't know who to vote and they would just do it, like, so I was like, okay, there's like a precedent for this. I'm really surprised that like, aside from Colton, this throwaway vote was literally like such a like bells ringing in people's heads. Like that really shocked
Mm,
me. And
yeah.
I do, to your point, where you mentioned that Dorinda had a scuffle, she had a little tussle with Mara. I'm just like, okay, why was Candace's Troy vote perceived as like ding 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 ding, but Dorinda's Troy vote, they're just like, that's Dorinda.
Well, that's
She's
what, like, as I said, I think it's the fact that they had a problem. So it made sense that, like, doing the being petty is just like, I'm gonna vote for Maura. And it's like, okay, whatever, you do you. But like Candace just being like Rob just seemed a little
but
weird.
but I feel like she was like, this is a throwaway vote. I don't think there's enough evidence for Lisa, which was crazy to say. I think she should have just said, I'm not going to vote for a housewife because I don't believe it's Lisa, which,
Oh,
mind you, was how
that would have been
Colton
better
got Lisa. Yeah. I
because she
think
didn't
the
say
right
it.
thing, yeah, that was bad. I think the right thing was her to vote for Natalie, but I can also see why she didn't vote for Natalie, because if you knew that Natalie was staying, then now you have beef with Natalie. So I feel like, I don't know. I don't know what Candace
I
could have
think it
done.
would have been better if she just did Natalie, because then she could have like tried to like be like she's next. Rather than, I
Mm.
don't know, Rob just seemed so random
Hmm.
when he was just giving facts like a faithful would, and she's
Hmm.
just like, "I'm gonna vote you." Like, that doesn't make any sense. It just, I don't know, if I was in the house, I think I would, in fact, when I watched it happen, I was like, "Why would you vote for that? Vote for him." Like, it just didn't seem smart.
Do you think, like, aside of it not being so, in a world where she didn't vote for Natalie, she didn't vote for Rob, or she didn't vote for Natalie, she didn't vote for Lisa, do you think it being Rob that she used the throwaway vote on played a role? Like, if she would have maybe voted for not even Steven, because I think he might have had suspicion at that, maybe a little, but like, I don't know, like maybe not even Colton. She want to do Johnny. She want to do Tara. I don't know, like just somebody that she's not necessarily close to, but wasn't Rob. Because I feel like there was some personal offense in her like voting Rob, which I think is one of the things that I'm just like, these faithfuls better get it together because anyone could be a traitor. But I don't know. Do you think if it just wasn't Rob and it was somebody else, it would have been as suspicious?
I think so. Like if she'd voted Eric, I think people would have been like, "What the fudge? What the how did it be? Why? How did you get?" I think that would have been worse, in my opinion. I would have been like, "Why did you be? Why are you really just throwing it away? Like at least like throw it away on a person that might get voted out that you really
Mm,
do think there's a chance." I
hmm
don't know, like just voting another person that's not up for
hmm
debate just seems random. I guess like with still Dorinda's just Dorinda, so
Yeah, like I
she
wonder
no
I
continue.
just wonder, like, I guess, like, too, because I remember Mara being like, she was consistent before, which I guess that meant like consistently voting with the group, and then she just didn't. So maybe that also raised suspicion. But yeah, I
Mm,
guess Dorinda, she already had a character of seemingly not knowing what was going on anyway or caring. So if she votes
yeah.
for Mara because they go get into a two
Yeah.
nanosecond beef, that's funny. All right, so moving on to the mission teams. So yeah, they have this mission that I actually thought was pretty cute, where essentially there was three teams. The group had to break up into three teams. One team was like the guessing team, so they would go into this, I don't even know what it was, a barnyard that was full of a bunch of different paintings. So the other two teams were tasked with essentially getting a description of what would be one of the paintings in the room that the painting team was in, and then having to physically like, pose and like do faces and stuff like that to try to best interpret what the description was. So they don't see the painting, they just see the description. And so one team, essentially each other team was doing the same thing, but they were taking turns. And so I feel like it was kind of interesting because when they split the teams, they said that the team that was going to be in the barnyard had a chance, anyone on that team had a chance to get a shield. And so I remember them being like, okay, how do we decide who gets to be on this team, the shield team? And I was it Eric, I believe, that was like, oh, how about we nominate somebody?
Mhm.
And so I think, does Rob nominate himself? I'm pretty sure he
I
says,
can't
like, I
even
think,
remember actually.
yeah. I'm trying to think. Maybe the details don't matter, but I just remember distinctly that Rob nominates himself, and then Candice is like, how about Johnny? But
Mhm.
then Johnny literally is like, nah, let Rob have it. Which I'm like, damn, they love this man so much. Um, but yeah,
They're
so
mesmerized. It's those
but
overalls, those that first episode or
which
second.
y'all, let's get it together. Um, so yeah, it's actually kind of funny because I'm like, I don't know if this was on purpose, but for whatever reason, Candace's team was just flopping. Like they were doing so bad,
Yeah,
while the other team was like killing every single one. And
that
I
was
was just
weird.
like, yeah,
I thought they were
Rob
competing
was,
for a second because I was like, "What the fudge? You lost
yeah.
completely."
I honestly, I didn't really understand why the teams had to be split, but I guess it would have been too many people or something like that. But yeah, it was really
Mhm.
weird, and I was like, is Rob doing that on purpose to make Candace look suspicious?
Oh,
I don't
that's
know.
funny. That's true. That was her team. But did they even know which team was which, though?
Oh, yeah, because they
Oh,
would have had to
yeah,
see
they had to see the
the
picture.
pose. Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
true.
yeah.
The
But yeah. So all in all, I think the big thing, I guess, takeaway is that Kristen gets the shield.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, so we have some conversations, pre the round table. Johnny talks to Eric to bring up Steven as an option for banishment. Johnny reveals to Candace that people are suspicious of her and that something might go down at the round table, which I think is really, really good because I think having a heads up is just like, you know, the best thing you can do. Dorinda says she thinks it's Steven or Candice, but is surprised that Lisa helped Steven randomly during the last mission. So I think we talked about that a bit last episode. But essentially, there is a mission where you were supposed to collect these gold coins, but and the people with the top gold coins got something, and Lisa helped Steven when she realized she didn't have enough gold coins to actually place high, so she gave it to Steven. People were really curious about that. So Candice actually ends up talking to Steven. They kind of seclude themselves in one of the rooms in the castle. They actually end up like turning away Dorinda and Johnny. Dorinda makes a note that it's suspicious. So she basically flat out, asks Steven who people are saying Steven tells her that Colton had mentioned her before on her way out. So then I think Rob comes in. Oh, no. She first, which, okay, was this like not good when she was like trying to be like, yeah, I think Rob was telling Colton what to do. Do you think
Yeah.
that was good game, or do you think that was just the ship has sails?
I think it could have been good, but at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, it just I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
think she should have waited. I don't because she had too much heat on herself already, and to
Mm-hmm.
like just immediately go for Rob, to me, it just seemed so like bad timing. I think if
Mm-hmm.
she just like laid low a little bit and picked someone else, I don't even know, like Steven. Like I think she should have went with Steven. I don't know why she went
Mm-hmm.
with Rob. I think when Steven went out, maybe she could have been like, "Oh, okay, well, maybe it is Rob." Like, I don't know, like somehow pivot to Rob, but like immediately just being like, "I think Rob is somehow the mastermind." It's like, how did you get here? Because these people are mesmerized by Rob. They're not trying to hear your random crazy theories.
Yeah.
We're like,
I
okay, crazy lady.
He's like, okay, grandma. But like, I feel like what if I was Candace and I was having this conversation trying to turn on Rob, I definitely would have been like, oof, it's over for me. Because literally, when Rob comes in and interrupts Candace and Steven, he almost immediately tells Rob what's going on, like, the whole
Yeah.
situation. So then for like, Steven goes away and we get this kind of epic showdown between Candace and Rob. And I think I don't know, it's just really, really interesting because you can see gears start to turn in Candace's head. And I would really love to have like an interview with her to know like if she thought that she was like what she thought her odds were when she was going to the
Yeah.
round table, because I think she correctly clocks that Rob kind of let her kill Colton, or at least withheld that information, because
Mhm.
now that Colton is saying, like, now that Colton has said her name and then dies, it makes her look really, really suspicious.
Mhm.
And so there's like this back and forth where she's like, essentially it's like she's like, that was like, you're a snake, and he's like, Candace, it's just a game. And then she's like, I know, but it seems like we have different values. Side note that Rob could not stop smirking. I want to put a pin in it though. Do you think this back and forth has garnered a lot of attention online? Do you think Rob, like, Candace was taking it too personally? Or do you think Rob was being gaslighty when he said it's just a game, Candace?
When he was that whole entire scene, I was like, "Sir, stop smiling. Stop it." Because you look you look annoying. But I'm rooting for you, but at the same time, stop. Stop it. I think he was being a little manipulative.
Mm.
But at the same yeah, no. He just he was just trying to manipulate her. He was being a little dick. Just a little bit.
Honestly, I'm okay. So I
But I
realized I
liked
would
it.
not work in the. You're like, I stand, but don't do it again.
Yeah.
I realized I'd be so horrible in Traitors because I would have been pissed. Like, not that necessarily that he played one on me, but it's just a game. It's just a game, Candace would have just like made me lose my mind, because it's like you're basically saying it's a game because you know you snaked me or you played me, you got one up on me,
Mm.
and now you're just trying to be like, but it's all fun. Girl, no. I'm like, what? My game is over because of you. Like, we're not. What are you saying? So yeah, that would have pissed me off if I was Candice. But I also felt really kind of like bad for Candice. But I also was just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I feel like she was being too short sighted. Maybe
Mm.
I don't know, because it seemed like
Yeah.
she didn't trust Rob, but then she bought she didn't she wasn't suspicious when he was like, you know what, you can decide who we recruit, who we like. To me, if I think this person's a snake, if I think that he just snaked my other trader, if I'm looking at him like he might turn like on any like on a dime, I'm not buying when he says you can choose any trader. I'm not buying when he just goes along with me killing Colt. Like, I don't think I ate if
Mm.
he let me kill his best friend. I would have been like, there's something weird going on here.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but I don't know. Like, I just felt like she should have thought about that more, especially considering she didn't really trust him.
I feel like
So,
a lot of things she did, she should have thought about more. I feel like I think she took Lisa, turning on Lisa too personally. And it's like, I think she should have just tried to play the game like it was normal. Like Lisa, like, yeah, she
mhm,
had to go. Just agree. Cause I would have just been like, okay, sure, Rob, sure, sure. And then I
mhm,
would wait until I found like something that I could like truly use against him. Because like, I think she just, I don't know, went out the gate swinging. And it was like, you got to open your eyes and like take a second. You can't just be like, well, now I'm mad and just like start doing stuff. Like, no, that's not how it works. He's been doing this for the last 2-3 days. You
yeah,
gotta like catch up. You have
yeah.
to like really map out what he's been doing.
I agree. Two things I wanted to ask. One, there was another part where Rob, after Candace says essentially, if I get banished tonight, essentially I'm taking you down with
Mm.
me, and then him saying that it was poor sportsmanship. Do you agree that Candace's statement was poor sportsmanship?
No,
Why or why not?
what the fudge? He knew. He knew exactly why. In fact, he knew that it was fine. He was just saying things the whole time. He was just saying things because he knew. He knew that she was like, there was no way she was gonna pin it on him.
True, true.
It was,
I okay. So I do think he was being a little trolly, a little cheeky,
yeah,
but
that's what it is. He's a little troll. That's what. It was.
yeah, and I think I mean, if you're trolling, then the other side of you trolling is probably somebody that's annoyed. So I can understand
Yeah.
Candace being annoyed,
Oh yeah.
but just for the sake of like what people like, really, it seemed like people really went in on that comment, with a lot of people genuinely being like, yes, it is sportsmanship to tank a trader's game because you know you're on a way out, another trader's game because you're on your way out, versus a lot of people being like, Candace is allowed to do whatever she wants. And I can kind of see, because I do think it's interesting. I watched the podcast where they were commenting on last season when there was a lot of trader on trader, and they essentially were like, yeah, I hate when that happens because I watch the show to try to figure out, or try to watch people figure out who's a traitor, and then just based on like a hunch or coming to their conclusions, banish them. When you get traitors on traitors, you get people who know they're traitors just trying to get rid of each other. So it leaves that
Mm.
kind of detective element of it. And so like, I can kind of, from that perspective of like, yeah, I don't want a trader to be able to just be like, leave very, I mean, I think they have like an NDA where they literally cannot be like, this person's a traitor or I'm a traitor to like a
Mm.
faithful. But you know, there's ways to kind of drop hints and clues. And obviously the throwaway vote was like a way for Candace to kind of work her way in that. But I do think that if that was something she did do, I guess within the contract of her NDA, I agree. I would not be mad at her, because my thing is that if I think it was a last ditch effort to kind of be like, don't do whatever you're going to do to try to take me out on the round table, because I'll tank your game, as a way to be like, maybe he'll reconsider because he doesn't want his game
Yeah.
tanked, and he'll be like, maybe I can work with you. But also, even if it wasn't that strategy, I think it's part of your strategy as a trader to be able to make sure other traders are not mad at you and they don't want to do that. I think
Yeah.
I forget what they call it. Maybe it's like a social game or something. Stuff like this comes up on like the show Big Brother a lot, because essentially it's similar to Traitors, except it's like it starts with a group of 20. They vote out one person each week until you get to the top two. And then the top two, they go to like a final round. And then, like, basically the last, I think, 8 people to get eliminated then vote on who should win the show. So essentially, there's this concept of a bitter juror, where if, say, you're one of the 2 people on those top seats and you were one of the reasons why one of those people is sitting in the jury that votes to see who wins got eliminated, if they are just mad at you, they can be like, you know what, I want the other person to win. And a lot of people think that's a bad player, but I always feel like you have to treat people a certain way to get certain, just like Rob is making all these connections with the faithfuls and things like that in order to have them never think he's a faithful and protect them. You have to do that with the traders. If you do a trader dirty and they're trying to get you out or they want to ruin your game, that was up to you. So I do think like how you treat people is important. And I do think like if Rob could have, if he wanted to, if he cared, maybe he could have handled the Candice situation differently in a way that maybe she would have worked. But he's not obligated to. But, you know, if it ends badly for him because of that, then, you know, so be it. So that was my grandstand. But yeah, it's not looking good for Candice as we move into the round table.
Oh yeah, the round table. So as you know, the round table is when they vote. So it starts off with Johnny, and he's basically just starts off pointing at Steven, because Johnny is very loyal to Candice at this point. Like, I feel like he keeps going back and forth. Like I don't want to believe it's Candice. Like, I'm gonna go with Steven because that's what Tara had already said. So he starts off with Steven because Colton also told him to watch out, like, before he left. So that was a conversation they had. But then during the, she comes in and she piggybacks and she's like, I also believe in like what you're saying because of what we've already said with the Lisa giving him her extra gold. So starts off with heavy Steven accusations, but then Eric comes in and then starts pointing at Candice. So because he basically says like she's lacking her consistency in how she votes, because she was voting consistently before. I can't remember like who she voted for before, but it was like it just made more sense what she was doing rather than how she voted the last round by throwing it away with Rob. So Candice basically tries to start speaking up, and she says that there wasn't enough information for her to go for Lisa, which is why she didn't pick Lisa. And then she thought as they were going in that people were willing to vote for Natalie, because while Colton and Rob were getting people to believe in Candice and Lisa as a traitor, Candice was like trying to work with Tara and Johnny, I think, to just get people to vote for Natalie. So that's a whole thing. And then so she's like, I thought that's who we were voting for, but then that changed. But other people in the round table at this time are like, wait, when did that happen? When were we voting for Natalie? Because that's odd. So I was like, to me, I will say at this point, I was like, did you not all just walk in half Natalie, half Lisa? Now suddenly everyone's like, wait, when were we talking about Natalie? And Natalie
that Johnny group is flop.
No, they really are. Wait, Tara being like, y'all should take a drink every time I'm wrong. And I was like, girl, we'd be drunk.
We'd be dead. Actually, like, I want to live. So.
Like, just stop. Just sit there for the ride. Like the dancer guy. I can't remember his name is. The guy from Dancing with the Stars.
Don't do no words.
He spoke no words.
Fighting for his life on TikTok. People keep saying he's irrelevant. Stop.
You watch him win. You know?
Oh my God.
For him, but it's just funny that he has said zero words. He has just been serving
Don't
hair.
do him.
His hair has been luscious each day.
He has a curling wand. He's like, don't mind me, y'all. Keep fighting.
He's like, this is all I have to offer, guys, right now. I can't.
Stop.
Y'all doing the best.
He's trying his best, I think.
Honestly, I can't. I'm not mad at him because that's how I'd play. I feel like I'd walk in and be like, nah. I'd just stay under the radar. But so where was I? Oh yeah, so like basically she thought Natalie, like people were gonna vote for Natalie, and then so people were like, when did that happen? So she says like, oh, Tara said this, and then Natalie's like, what the fudge to Tara, and so like they start kind of having a little spat, which kind of like it leads to who Natalie votes for, but like it really doesn't. That whole conversation didn't really lead to anywhere. So then, as a fault, like an ending, she basically tries to like point at Rob again for dropping his fork, for being nervous, and then also she brings up the fact that last round round table he was speaking up more. So like Colton was quiet, as we said earlier, like he didn't really say anything. He was just serving looks and being like, while Rob was like, Lisa did all this. It's Lisa. And so like everybody voted for Lisa. So she was like, that's weird. Rob's usually quiet. He's more reserved. So that was her, like, I feel like her last ditch for like trying to get people to vote for Rob. But it didn't really, I guess it kind of fell on deaf ears because like Mara then still keeps bringing up like, she thinks it's weird that she voted for Rob as a throwaway, but now is jumping on top of him. Like she said, oh, it wasn't a big deal, but why are you now thinking it's him? So Candiance is just like, yeah, well, you know, when I did it, I didn't think it was him. But now I do.
And she literally was like, I didn't think it, but then the fork on breakfast really.
The fork fell. I was like, you know, the freaking director was like, he didn't even drop a fork. We have to put this in post. We gotta put a clack.
She's like, he was using his soup spoon for the salad. It just didn't make sense. This man's insane.
So, like, what?
Sure.
Why are you staring at him so hard? First of all, what's happening? Wow, what's his name was eating like a monster. A few episodes back, what's his name?
Michael Rappaport.
Yeah, nobody said a thing, but suddenly
he drank like this, like a newborn.
Rob drops a fork, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, whoa!" When did you get there, Rob? Like, whoa. Wild. Anyway, so
she starts crying because he dropped the fork.
PTSD. What the heck? It was so random.
Oh god.
So yeah, anyway, the voting starts to happen. Rob doesn't use the dagger because he has it. And by the end of it, Candiance is sadly voted out. Even Johnny ends up voting for her, which was like, I was like, dang.
That made me so sad. I was like, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, and then I think Natalie voted for Tara because, you know, same reason of like why Dorinda was like, I'll vote for Mora. I was like, okay, sure, whatever. You do you guys. Use your throwaway votes where I guess it's valid because you just had a spat for no reason.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. So there's a couple things I wanted to go over here. First of all, what did we think about Candiace's defense? Like, so she was using this fork and spoon and spatula. Was there anything else she could have said? Okay, you're Candiance. You've decided, because we've already said that she shouldn't have come for Rob. But in this world, you've already decided you have to come for Rob. Because to be fair, I feel like she thought that Rob was, coming for her. So she was like, that's the only way I can trade off. What are you saying, to try to get this heat off of you and perhaps get it on Rob?
I think I would have went with I think it's a housewife trend that they're trying to follow, and it's not. I feel like that's the only reason why you guys are coming for me. I don't know. I can't even think of anything else, because if going for Rob just was already the incorrect move, but I would the fact that it's another housewife, I would have been I think you're just being clouded by that fact that we just got one freshly out, and now it's I'm the next one. So you're coming for me. What next? You're going to go for Dorinda? And Dorinda will be like, no. And I'd be like, yeah, exactly, Dorinda. Exactly, Dorinda. So don't vote for me. Vote for, I don't know.
I'd be like, what, are you going to come for Dorinda? Actually, that's not a bad idea. Dorinda.
Yeah. Let's go for Dorinda. Hold up. Who said that? All for Dorinda? Say I. I. All right. Thank you.
We got
So
it. You
get
take
out.
their tablets, write the name down for them. Don't worry, I got you.
Like I can write it for you.
So do you think though that you can successfully without having, because I think like I don't know if somebody brought this up, but like and I notice, yeah, I think that there's like this thing that people feel, maybe if you get accused and then you immediately accuse the person who accused you, then you're a traitor.
Mm.
But it kind of is hard to just be like, you're saying it's me and it's not me. Here's why. I don't have anyone I think it is per se, but I'm I think like, do you think that would have, like, what do you think the work, like the percentage that she maybe could have, if she prepared a speech that just tried to clear her innocence, what the percentage that that would have worked was?
I don't know. You said like percentage of like how well? Like
I mean,
a grade?
well, now that I think about it, I guess that's what Steven did. They were like, this is why you think you're suspicious. He said, did anyone
He was
say my
like
name? Which Colton is shady, because did Colton only tell Johnny that he was suspecting Steven?
First of all, I don't remember him saying that. So I was like, Johnny, did you just imagine this and then somehow AI this into the show?
Stop.
Because how did it be anyway?
Stop. No, I think he said it because
Yeah, he
I
did.
remember us being
He probably
like,
did.
yeah, I was gonna say, actually, I remember him saying it in the confessional. He might have said it to somebody too. It kind of seems random that he would say it to Johnny, because I didn't even know that him and Johnny were that close.
I feel like he just
But
was saying things. Colton was like, just like, I think it's you. And now that I have my finger looking at you and people are latching on, I now am definitely thinking it's you.
oh god,
That's what
because
it
like,
felt like Colton does.
could it be Alan? Guys, have we considered Alan? He might. We don't know. We don't know.
I was like, what the fudge? It's like everyone's like, Alan. I'm so sorry, Alan. Get out. You're Mardard. I don't know how you say it. But that's what you are.
Stop. The way Colton could probably get them to vote for Alan, because they're just so whipped. The way
Like
that
you saying
after he
Rob
died,
has like he had the Riz or whatever. Colton had it. Colton has it all.
Colton is a cult leader, I think, because the way that after
Colton the cult leader.
he died, they were like, but Colton's last will was to get Candiance out, and thou shall follow Colton. Like, I was like, girl,
In
have
the
a
words of
unique
Colton, say I. Like, Colton, we believe in you. Like praying them, bowing down to him, everything that he said. Which I
like,
guess, that's what you
no.
strive to have. That's why he got voted out or killed.
Oh my gosh.
Which
I
is
don't
why I
know.
feel
It
like
would.
I wouldn't be able to be like, if Candace killing him would not make me think it was Candace. I mean,
Mhm.
like, I don't know. I think any traitor would have killed him because
Exactly.
he just seemed like he was getting people on his side. He was saying a lot of things. And
Yeah.
she didn't even know that he said her name. So
Exactly. Which do 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 do. I feel like, I don't know. Colton saying Candace's name, I guess they were just voting Candace because he said it. But I think like the idea that because Colton died after saying Candace's name is interesting. Because I'm okay, so my whole thing is that I'm now that Candace is dead, I'm very interested to see, because even Rob himself said that it's a matter of time between people connecting the dots. And then we saw other people proceeding to literally barf at the idea that Rob was a traitor. So I don't even know. He might be better insulated than he thinks. But I'm very curious as to, based on current like the events that happened, whether you feel that somebody could see everything that happened and come to the conclusion that Rob is also a traitor. Do you think that's possible?
I think it's possible, especially because she voted for him.
Mm-hmm.
After he led the crusade, like they could be like, "Ooh, wait a minute, what if this was infighting?" Because we just got 2 out in a row, and somebody who is very vocal about it is still here, and she voted for him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They could like put two and two together, but I feel like you'd have to think that like, oh, the girls are fighting. Like you'd have to believe that.
Is not that. So my thing is, I agree. Getting two traitors back to back, and like you said, the person that was vocal in both of those happened to just be right. And I also think the idea that like Colton did Candice, and then Candice killed Colton, like that was like their rationale. I feel like then who told Candice? Who told Candice before Colton died that he was saying her name? Like I feel like it starts to kind of be like somebody in Colton's camp must have told Candice. Like, who was that? Because
Candace
that
didn't even
person would have
know
also.
in real life.
Who?
Candace only found out from Johnny. And then she was like, "Oh, did you know, Rob?" And Rob was like, "No, I
Yeah.
didn't know. I didn't know until this morning." And I was like, "Sir, stop lying. Why are you doing this?"
Okay, and that's the kind of stuff that when people are like, God, should have just trusted Rob. He's literally lying to. There's no way that you and your bestie bae Colton, you only knew this morning. Stop this, okay? Or the
Oh no,
morning
he
of.
definitely didn't. He was that's why he was smiling the whole time. The whole time
Yeah,
he was just sitting there laughing in her face. And I was just like, stop.
I would have
Stop
been
doing
pissed.
this.
I would have been
But I feel
pissed.
like it's because she should I'm telling you, if she just played along with him just for like one day,
Mm,
I wonder like how it would have changed. Because
I
I feel like
do,
he got the vibes of like, oh, she's going against me because she's
but I
very salty about Lisa.
she got the vibes because he was giving this is my chicken and egg hill that I'll die on. I feel like one of the debates that I've been hearing is that, oh, if Candice would have just squashed it after the Lisa thing, they would have worked together. And
Mhm.
Candice, you ruined your game by not just working with him. And even if you wanted to get him out, you should have waited and stuff like that. I feel like the vibes he was putting out is like, LOL. If I was Candice, LOL, I just got Lisa and I'm coming for your ass next. Like, that's
Mhm.
the, like, I feel like it's kind of, she probably just felt like the trust was not there. And if she just went along with it, then he would like essentially snake her. Like, I feel like she was trying to be proactive. I think her miscalculation was that she probably didn't realize how popular Rob was and how little
Mhm.
people she had in her camp that were like believing everything she said. But I feel like there was no, I don't fault her for not trusting him enough to even pretend to stick around
Yeah.
for 2 seconds.
It's
So
hard to like sit like be the viewer and then like not know like the things that I know. Like I and put myself in her shoes.
oh yeah, yeah,
Like cuz I
definitely.
feel like if I was in her shoes like would I do the same? Cuz I am hot-headed and I know for a fact I'd be like, "Oh, I need to destroy you now." Like
Yeah,
now. You need to get
I
the
would have shot
heck
him
out
for
of my
real.
face.
Yeah.
Like we're getting you out. So and I would have done the same thing. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I do yeah, I feel bad for, like, trying to be like well, saying that she shoulda just played along when it's just like, I don't know. I'm not in the moment with
Hmm.
her.
Yeah.
And he
Even the
and, like, you don't see everything that he's doing, so, like, you don't know, like, what kind of actual vibes he was giving off when they were
yeah,
in the tower.
I agree. And I feel like even the Troy vote was probably like because she was just pissed at what happened. Um, but yeah, it's just like, yeah, I probably would have been pissed and said something nutty bananas or done
Mhm.
something that maybe made it hard for me to move forward too. So yeah, you
Yeah,
kind of have to have a lot of emotional regulation or whatever,
which
like
I
to
don't
play
know.
this game.
Depends on the time of month. Like, on the wrong time, it would be just me yelling. I
I
look
would
like
have quit.
Michael. I look like Michael Rappaport. Screaming. Like, how dare
Honestly,
you?
Alan, book me a flight because I'm getting out of here. Actually, I don't want to play these games
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, you know what? I'm the traitor. And you know what? You're lucky. I have no like emotional regulation to like keep myself here. But if I could, I would have gotten Rob out because F an NDA. He's the other traitor. Anyway, bye.
You like, Alan,
Like
you're a
it's
traitor too. You start choking him. He's like, actually,
he's
the
like,
police is gonna get involved.
yeah. He's like, you already ruined your NDA. And now you're attacking me. Jail.
All right. So after Candace is voted out, we have now one traitor, which is Rob. So we go to
Mhm.
the turret for the night to see what Rob's gonna do.
Yeah, and he gets a chance to either recruit or what's it called? Kill.
Mm.
Or I guess he Was that a chance or did he have to? I wasn't sure.
I think so. I think what it is that he had to recruit somebody, but that person, they could either
He was
say
the choice.
yes to the recruitment or die.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's discovered that he picks Eric, and so like it ends. It's so funny. So in the previous episode, I don't know like how many people have watched the older episode. I mean the previous episodes, but Eric became notorious for having magic ears because he thought he heard, I forgot what her name was, laughing.
Tiffany.
Oh, Tiffany laughing when he was blindfolded and about to be killed, or was had the chance of being killed. And he thought it was her, says it boldly, is wrong. He's like, oh yeah, I heard her laugh. I have perfect pitch. I know exactly who that was. It was Tiffany. It was not Tiffany. So people were like, "Ooh." Anyway, I guess you don't have perfect pitch. So then he gets a letter written out saying like you have a chance to be like a whatever traitor. So he's like, I know that writing anywhere. That's Johnny. So then he gets revealed to see that it's freaking Rob. So his face is shocked, and
Yeah.
that's the last thing you see. And it's probably him being like, wait a minute, carry the two. When's your handwriting get like this? Like, hold on, I can't see and I can't hear.
Oh,
Now I
that
can't
was
smell.
so
Hold up.
funny.
He's like, I
That
know
was
that
so
scent
funny.
anywhere. It's
I was
Dorinda.
gonna say, sir, you only have 3 senses left, so you better lock in. You cannot be humiliating yourself this whole
I know
entire
that Dutch
season.
anywhere. It's Colton. They're like, Colton's gone, sir. I don't know. We brought him back.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
I love Eric,
Oh
but
my God. That was so funny. I loved when he was like, "It's Johnny," and then like they cut to Johnny
yeah,
sleeping.
he's asleep. I was like, Johnny's out here just like, I can't. What in
You
the
are a
world?
fool. That was too funny
That'd been
though.
wild with Johnny as a traitor, though.
Oh
I
my
don't think he could.
gosh.
I don't. No offense to him, but I think he would be. He'd be
Yeah.
interesting, but I don't know if he could do it.
I mean, they weren't some of the people after Candice got banned sussing Johnny because they're like, oh my
Were
God, he
they?
was so emotional. I feel like a couple people
They
said
were sussing.
Johnny. Yeah. So that would have been
Mm.
interesting. I feel so bad for Johnny was shook when he literally was like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to continue on now that
Yeah.
somebody I was close
It's
to
like,
is a
sir,
traitor.
you still have Tara. You came in with Tara. Tara's like, what about me? I thought we were the duo.
He's like, Candice, she birthed me. Like I was like, whoa, he was
I was
really
like, first of all, I didn't know they were close until this episode. To be really honest, I was
well,
like,
I
wait a
mean,
minute,
they
you
voted
guys
her
speak.
out, so how close can you
He's
be?
like, I need
You know?
screen time. Yes, me and Candice, we're like this. I'm distraught.
She gets voted out. He's like, no.
He's like,
He like lays on the table.
he's looking. He's like, is the camera on? Yeah, I'm so scared. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
No, I okay.
No,
I
I believe
really
him. I
do feel
believe him.
bad. Yeah, I do feel bad because it must be like because it's also kind of embarrassing to be like caping for somebody and then suddenly you were just wrong and you're like,
Yeah.
well, I don't actually know anything and there's no actual clues. But yeah,
Yeah.
what do we think about the Eric pick? Because Johnny was one of the ones that he potentially said he might do to kind of
Yeah.
get him recruited out. I forget who the other one was. Maybe Mark. Was it Mark?
Was it
That he
Mark?
said. I think he said three, and it was Eric. I know it was Eric, Johnny, but I don't know who the other person
Was it
was.
Steven?
Maybe. Maybe.
I can't remember. I do
Boring. I'm just
remember.
kidding.
Not Mark.
Don't come for Mark.
Mark,
Don't
it would
you
be Mark's
dare.
time to shine. I know. It's funny because he's the one I get the TikToks from the most. So I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't. I love his TikToks. He's hilarious, but it's just like it's just so funny just not hearing his voice at all, and it's just like, oh yeah, you're there.
How dare you?
Has he
He's
had a
really
confessional? Like
this episode?
any episode?
Um, probably. Yeah, I can
He
remember
probably
him
has.
talking to. Yeah, but he's probably like four.
He's
No
so
shade.
quiet.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they're just maybe they are well, either he's a flop and he just doesn't do anything all season. But I don't know. Him and Kristen seemed like they were saying that there was a lot of stuff they were doing that just wasn't shown. So I don't
Yeah, I
know,
remember saying that.
yeah, what that situation is. But I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know in Traitors, but there's definitely a lot of reality shows, like for example, Squid Game, where like somebody will be totally irrelevant until like the last couple episodes. Squid
Mhm.
Game, the challenge, until like the last couple
Oh,
episodes when they finally emerge. Yeah, so
yeah,
but that has
that's what I'm
400.
hoping. Because I do like Mark, but it's just
As
he's
you
just I just
shade
like
him,
poking at the
you
fun.
shaded Mark more than you shaded Dorinda. Let that sink in.
During the shades herself, so I gotta help Mark out.
You are part of that woman's fan club. Don't lie.
I did
Yeah,
not know
I
who
thought
this woman was. Until the show.
she'll get mad. Wasn't
I'm
doesn't
waiting on
that
Lisa. I didn't even know who Candice was. Lisa's the only one that I knew of the housewife.
yeah. Honestly, me too. And I barely knew her. I just knew the name, honestly. I couldn't
Yeah.
really put a face to it. But yeah. So, I guess we leave on seeing how this Rob and Eric Traitors duo is going to pan out.
If he
Um
picks to be a traitor.
do you
I don't
think
think he
he'll be like,
picked.
"Let me just die?"
Because he was like, I'm a faithful through and through. I forgot that's what he said. Like, and I was like, sir, why
Ooh.
don't you sign that immediately? He's like, it's you, Rob? I got you. Hold up.
I
You're
know,
never
right?
gonna catch us.
Yeah.
You
I'm
nice
just
guys.
I'm interested if he can actually like properly be a faithful because it does work really well for Rob because I think he mentioned this talking about Johnny, but yeah, because there are already been four female traders, they're definitely probably suspecting there's a male one. So if Eric gets
Mm,
caught, but I feel like people will probably snipe that he was recruited if he like starts I don't know. This is such an
yeah,
interesting and weird game mechanic that I just never know how it will pan out. But
yeah.
will you be satisfied if Eric somehow wins and like cuts Rob? Or does Rob need to win?
Oh,
What really?
I love Eric. I want Eric to win. I
Wow,
also
that's
want Rob to win at the
crazy.
same time. So like hopefully they both work together and triumph. Even though you shouldn't be rooting for traitors. I don't know who you should be rooting for. This is my first time watching this. To anyone who is just now tuning in, I've never watched this season before this. So
Oh gosh,
it's
yeah.
very interesting.
Um yeah. So who do you have right now? Do you think this is like turning up to be a clear Rob victory, or do you think that there's a
Mhm.
chance that the faithfuls can be Rob and Eric, no shade, but or the faithfuls will be able to figure it out?
I think there's still a chance. Like I feel like there's so many people left, but they can I don't know, something might happen. Like Rob still has time to slip and do
Mhm.
something. Or if he does recruit Eric, there's a chance that Eric might slip and then it might be somehow trickled down to Rob. Like he might do something that I don't know, exposes Rob. Or Eric turns on Rob.
That would be so
Like imagine.
slayful. Yeah, if Eric did that. Redeem your ears and your eyes and turn on Rob.
He's
That
like,
would be
actually,
so iconic.
I've been waiting for this moment. He like goes, he like rewind back time, and you like realize he's been plotting since day one.
Stop,
He's
imagine.
like, I knew I didn't hear Tiffany. I knew who I heard. I heard Candace loud and clear. But you know what? I wanted her out. And he's like, starts explaining as
Stop. It's like who had this footage? Like why were we seeing this? Okay, sure.
I'd be
Um
so proud.
I would think that was really awesome though too. Cuz I think yeah, Rob, it seems like he has a path to victory. There are breadcrumbs and I do think that it is possible for the faithfuls to catch on, but I feel like it will
Yeah.
be a little uneventful if Rob's not given any kind of pushback or any type of
Yeah.
proper challenge. So I'm hoping that comes up just for the sake of the rest of the season not being boring. So
Yeah.
and I it's so interesting because I think like the faithful, I would like them to win, but I kind of hate how like as a faithful you can kind of have done nothing. Like Dorinda could win, and that kind of is
When where?
like if she makes it to the end and they vote out all the traitors, she would be one of the winners. And I kind of don't want.
I think we need to like vote out Dorinda just to be like, we need to get that one out. And now we vote for the traitor.
So,
Now we go for her. Or
oh,
them.
I'm gonna jump into chat. Sorry, I saw people were chatting, but hello, Derry. Um, Daryl, sorry. Dylan was getting a great faithful edit, and none of the faithfuls this season have that type of edit. Um, yeah, this is from season 3. I
Yeah, I wanted
hope.
to rewatch that because like I tried to watch that, but I was like, I don't know who Boston Rob is, and that confused me. And it felt like I was supposed to be scared of him, but I was like, I don't know who he is, so I won't
Yeah,
watch.
that does kind of. It is kind of interesting when you like specifically on the gamer side. Like I was like, oh my god, no, Rob Sesternino, and you were like, who?
Still not a fan
That's
on
my
it.
legend. Yeah, it is kind of weird to not know who certain people. I knew of Boston Rob because I do consume a lot of like gamer podcasts and stuff like that. But like I never actually watched the season, but I knew like he was a big deal. Um, which is why I was like, why didn't y'all just vote him out like as soon as he stepped on? But I watched a lot of it during this weekend. It's a pretty good season. I think that season's very heavy with traitor on traitor, like they're coming for each other's necks, which is really interesting because I will say like it'd be interesting to watch how Boston Rob plays in comparison to Alabama Rob, because I feel like they're both considered
Always Rob.
cutthroat, but I actually like the way that Boston Rob plays within his fellow traders. Then I don't know, but you would have to see it. But
Okay,
yeah,
now I gotta watch.
it's very interesting. um why was the stuff with Kristen not shown? Maybe because the faithfuls don't win.
Ooh,
Well, if it led to nothing, also, because I remember her
yeah.
saying that like she was like when everyone was like, "Oh, Lisa kissed somebody, it's the kiss," and she was like, "That would be a HR violation." That wasn't. That didn't really
They
help.
were like, anyway, okay, prude. Talking about cases being HR violations. We
They
think
kicked
it's
her off the
Lisa.
show. Yeah, I think Dorinda is getting murdered now.
I mean,
Interesting. Stop. If
who
Jasmine has
wouldn't want
anything
to
to say
wicked?
about it. But yeah. Oh, also Boston Rob have a very so he was on Boston Rob was on Survivor, I think 4 times, which that's your career. Like after 4 seasons. But I think the second time he was on it, he met his now wife and they've been married for like 20 years. Yeah.
Should I
Very
just be on
cute.
Survivor? What the heck?
Yeah, right. Who would have thought all you need to do is be on Survivor to meet your soulmate? Period.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
not get voted out, I guess.
that's true. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Only Traders podcast on the internet. Jazz, is there anything you want to tell the people before we go?
Um, I don't know.
Unless you want to shout out Rob. Be
Oh,
like,
Rob,
Rob, I hope
which
you
one?
win.
Oh,
Oh,
it's like there's so
Alabama
many
Rob.
Robs now. This is
So
Rob from
true.
last season, 2 Robs this season. I don't even think I know enough Robs in my life
So true.
as this show has.
And
Like,
none of them go by Robert. What's going on, y'all? Let's see some
yeah,
diversity in this name
or
use.
Robbie. I don't
Roberto.
know.
Like, switch it up.
Very interesting. Oh, I will say, like, I was saying it earlier. There's a movie called Send Help. Pretty good. It's got Dylan
Ooh.
O'Brien and Rachel
Yeah.
McAdam. And yeah, it's funny. It's a horror comedy. So watch that if you're
I
bored.
gotta check that one. I was gonna say that was it completely fell off my radar, but that was actually a movie that I was interested to see. Is it still in theaters?
Mhm.
Do you know?
Yeah, I think it just came out last or 2 weeks ago. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe not. But no, I think it should be. It came out the same time that Markiplier's movie came out, if you know that, which I hear is
Oh,
pretty decent too. It's called
okay. I
Iron
remember
Lung.
that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
gotta
see
check
that,
that out.
but I've heard good decent things about it. Like it's like one of the top movies, I think. It beat Send Help.
Oh wow,
So
good for
good
Markiplier.
for yeah.
I see he didn't put me in the movie though. No,
I
imagine.
think it's like only him. So
Oh,
it's like
wow,
him and like maybe
that's
like 3
crazy.
other people.
That's pretty crazy because isn't Send Help just the two? Like after the situation happens, it's literally just
Yeah.
that's crazy. Okay,
There's like
I'll
other
check it
people
out.
though, like Dylan O'Brien's character has like a wife or fiance.
Oh,
And there's
okay.
other people that are on the plane that they're on.
Do they? Well, okay, that's a spoiler. Never mind.
I don't want to
I
say.
gotta watch it. I was gonna say. All right, guys. As for me, tomorrow we'll be back again with this daily, not the daily dose, the Sleepy Idol stream to talk about K-pop. Thank you everyone for coming and all the new faces, and we'll see you next time. What was the genre we did last time? The threat. Oh, I feel like we said something about murder.
What'd you say?
I feel like we said something about murder.
Murdered.
Murder. See,
I
you next time. Don't
say
get
murdered.
murder.
I keep
Just
there.
roll
You
the
say
R.
it better.
Murder.
I keep saying it like Maha. You sound like freaking Amanda Bynes.
Amanda, don't get mad. All right, y'all. Wait, I want to do the outro music. Y'all, this is a slay. Shout out Kevin McLeod. So today, we have discussed Traitors Season 8. Imagine I restart the podcast.
L? What is that? Is that the light? It has to be light.
Lights.
What's funny is I've never watched Death Note, but I do know that he's always in his chair like light.
I was about to do that, but then I was like, let me not break my back. Not in front of y'all. All right, guys. See ya. Don't get murdered. Oops. My outro.